everybody, welcome to my very first attempt at a ship with me. I apologize in advance, but considering I have about 10 Poshmark sales and 2 eBay sales to package up, I figured I would give this a try. First eBay sale, excuse me, Miss Rue. She likes to sit on my letters, my envelopes rather. First sale is this pair of cut from the cloth Amy ankle straight leg, little crop. I don't sell a ton of this brand, but when I do sell it, it still tends to do a decent profit. As far as jeans brands, I don't grab a ton of different brands. I find that Levi's still sells pretty well, but I do like to pick up the more designer brands if they are on sale. Next is this really nice t-shirt dress by Peruvian Connection. I picked that up on my haul in New Orleans. Honestly, it doesn't look like a whole lot. It's just a V-neck t-shirt dress, but Peruvian Connection is a brand that carries a lot of Pima cotton. Can you please get off my envelope? Super, super soft. And so I was able to snag, thank you, ma'am, a couple of different pieces at the same Goodwill from that brand, and I think I've resold at least half of it already, and for a really good profit because Goodwill didn't know, they just thought it was a t-shirt dress, so they didn't charge much for it, so I was able to make a really good profit from that. I'm not cool enough to have a Rolo label maker yet, so I'm just using tape. I don't go too overboard with the packaging. If something is priority mail, I just use the free shipping. Next are some shoes. These are a pair of J. Crew Derby leather studded loafers, and I use, for that, I'll use a box, a shoe box rather. I'm almost out of these, but you can order them for free on USPS. I think I just got those loafers at a local Goodwill. They're in really good condition. They may not have ever been worn. The insoles look super good. Honestly, if they didn't sell, I was going to consider trying to squeeze into them myself. I'm a size 7, so there was a chance. Again, part of the reason why I like reselling is that it keeps things out of landfills, so I'm not going overboard. I'm just reusing my junk mail. To top the box. If I am worried that these are going to get banged up, I do have tissue paper. And because they're leather, give them just a little rough as well. I got the tissue paper at a 99-cent store after Christmas. And I don't go overboard with thank you cards or anything like that. Again, trying to keep the environmental impact low. So when my labels print out, they print out on a whole sheet. I've selected that it comes with the attached packing slip, so I just cut that, and that is my thank you card that I'll slip in. No one has ever said they didn't like their order because I didn't make it fancy. I think it's just important that the person gets what they ordered. Oh no! And it arrives there safely. I knew that was gonna happen. I think I picked up those loafers at a local Salvation Army. J. Crew by tradition doesn't really resell for a lot, but I also consider the material, and those were genuine leather, so I decided to pick those up. And like I said, because they were close to my size, I was also going to consider just keeping them, but I didn't wear them at all, so they are still in amazing condition and going to a good new home. I have a ton of shoes in my inventory I would love to roll out. And my workspace is up in my loft. And right now it is really filled to the gills. So I would love to get more shoes out. So I'm happy that I did have several shoe sales this weekend. These are all sales from Friday afternoon until, I guess, yesterday. Yeah, I even had one sale this morning. Today is March 1st. I was in Las Vegas for the Rock and Roll Half Marathon, and so I wasn't able to ship out things, obviously, because I was far away. I did not put a vacation message up because I was only gone for 2 nights. Plus, with the weekend, not shipping on Sundays, I figured it wouldn't be too big of a deal. So it's Tuesday morning before lunch, and I want to get these all out before lunch. I do have a nearby post office that is really good with getting things out very quickly. So I am not concerned about that. The next pair is a pair of Sam Edelman Galeese Gladiator wedge sandals. I picked these up at a local Goodwill as well. I don't think they'll get banged up, but I already have the tissue paper out, so we'll go ahead and do that. If the shoes are super, super delicate, I do have bubble wrap, but I try to save that for an absolute necessity. And I think those will be fine. Slip my little thank you note. I just have a stamp that I got from Michael's that I use. Again, nothing really fancy. I don't think it's needed. I think it's great if you have that option, but I really want to embrace the reduction of waste. So why add to it with something that is literally maybe only going to get glanced at and then thrown out? So I'm not knocking anyone that does thank you notes, by the way. I do think it's always good to be polite, but at what price, I guess? I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but it's also just like I package up, just like I wrap Christmas presents, terribly. I've been considering, you can, I believe, you can scan on the box to order new packing material, and I think you can also do that to request a pickup. And I've been kind of debating the idea of requesting a pickup every Monday because I do most of my sales over the weekends. I don't know if it's just because I have more time to post or what, instead of carrying a large load of boxes. I live on the 4th floor of an apartment building, and that's a walk up, so it's walking down with all those boxes. It's not so fun. Just realized I have another pair of shoes to send out, but I need to clean the wrapper. There's a sticky label on the bottom of it, so I will do those off camera later on. But these are a pair of Kenzie Aubrey black suede pumps with a scalloped edge. It's a Chloe dupe. Super good condition. This is part of my personal collection, so I was just happy that they left my storage, so I'm happy with that. So I'll package those up later after I do a little Goo Gone. This pair of jeans is another pair of kind of designer, not super high end, but it's AG, Adriana Goldschmied, the Graduate tailored leg. I believe these are a men's pant. Maybe they are not, because usually men's pants, it'll say 32 by, you know, the inseam, and this just says 32 waist. I also think that it could be unisex, so that's fun too. I feel like my AG jeans have been picking up lately as far as sales, so I'm happy for that. Let me know in the comments below what brands of jeans you like to sell, or maybe you don't. Let me know why. I don't like to pay too much for jeans, if at all, you know, or if at the most maybe $5, unless they are like a pair of 7 for All Mankind dojos. Those I know are going to resell for a super high price. I don't know, it's just because they're like flared, and that's style that I don't understand why that they're in, but the last pair of dojos, I think I spent $8 for, and I sold for over $60, so I don't mind paying up a little bit for that, knowing that I'm going to get that return on investment. But other than that, I don't like to pay more than $5 unless I've checked comps and it supports that. Speaking of checking comps, if you are not checking sold comps, you're wasting your time and very likely wasting your money. Always check sold comps. Next is probably my favorite brand to resell, and that is Bowden. I have a ton of Bowden dresses in my closet. This one has a nice V-neck, and it's a little blue, like navy blue and white. I think I also picked this up in Louisiana. I'm not sure. I've done a lot of thrifting lately, and if I did, that means I probably picked up that Bowden for less than $5, because thrifting, the thrift stores in Jackson, Mississippi, or Louisiana, they were both very affordable, and much more affordable than the thrift stores here in the DC area. So I know that I made a very good profit on that. I love Bowden dresses. I try to grab them for $6 or under. Sometimes I'm able to pick them up online, sort of retail arbitrage. I've been meaning to film a video about some of the different ways I have been sourcing online. I think a lot of people know about ThredUp, but there are a ton of other places where you can buy thrifted clothing either for your own personal closet or to resell. And something I used to resell a ton, but I don't too much anymore, is activewear. I really started reselling with ThredUp, or reselling with Poshmark rather, back in 2012 to get stuff out of my closet. And most of the stuff that I was reselling were clothing that didn't fit, and especially activewear. So now that I have kind of, I would definitely not say a capsule collection, but I have like the workout wear that I really like, I tend to hold on to it. So this is a pair of leggings by Outdoor Voices, two-tone blue and navy blue. These are not mine. I thrifted these. I don't think these went for too much of a profit. I think I probably priced them too high, but I got an offer from a liker. We sort of went back and forth for a little bit. They countered. A lot of the orders that I have this week are really relatively low profit ones, but I was fine letting them go for low prices because a lot of it has been sitting in my closet for a very long time. I have also already hit my profit goal for the month of February, and I well exceeded it. So I was really just happy to, oh, I hate this tape. Really happy to get some things moving. That means that I then have room in my inventory for new stuff that I've been thrifting. More jeans. This is a pair of Spanx 5-pocket denim. This was like a dark bluish, almost black pair that I thrifted. I haven't really seen many straight legs, and these are a rather smaller size, size 28. All right, so not super small, but usually when I thrift Spanx, either jeans or leggings, I prefer to find them in a wider variety of sizes. And I do think it's important that if you are reselling, to consider expanding the sizes in your closet. But I say that also, I say that to say because everyone should have access to clothing that fits them, but also to say, like, be mindful of the clothing that you're picking up. Forget, somebody online was making a really good point about it, that there are not a lot of brands that are very size inclusive. I do think it's getting better. So what I mean is, if you are purposely trying to expand the sizes in your closet, don't grab everything. You know, be mindful. Certainly, you're willing to pay, but also allow other people who are truly just trying to thrift, maybe because that is where they can source clothing from, be sure that they can still access it. As I say that with the mounds of clothing that you can't see right now. Next is a pair of Levi's boyfriend jeans with a high-low hem. I thrifted these at a Unique. I really like the hem on them. I thought it was very strange. I haven't seen this label too often. I don't know what it means. And these are also a size 13. So I don't know what that equates to. I don't. And I was very honest with that in my listing. I said I think I put them, I selected 12 instead of 14 as far as the sizing. But I made sure to note the measurements. I try to include measurements with pretty much everything now, and I feel that that has greatly increased my sales. I used to just say, you know, if you have questions about measurements, just email, just message me, send me a note. But I think people are reluctant to do that when they can just find another pair that's listed that has the information they're looking for. It is more time consuming, but I think in the long run, if it leads to higher sales, more sales, then it is a good use of time. Considering that people can't exchange or send back their purchase unless it's defective or there was a misleading, if it was a misleading listing. So I think that do what you can to ensure that the person is going to be happy with their purchase. Just two more, another pair of denim. These are from Everlane. I don't find these too much at the thrift store. I think I got these on ThredUp, I believe, but they are in super good condition. They are very, very tiny. It says 27 regular, but these look super small. Just making sure they are super clean because they are black. Give them a little roll just in case. I do have 2 cats, and while they do not have access to my clothing in my closet, you know, they're trouble sometimes. I am almost done. I had a super low sale to finish this out. Probably could have planned that better, but it's okay. The other thing I used to sell a lot on Poshmark were band t-shirts and thrifted vintage t-shirts. I've really shifted away from that as it's not very lucrative, and it's just not something I enjoy doing anymore. It's totally okay to shift. So I don't want to just get rid of that clothing because, again, that's wasteful. I still have some up in my Poshmark closet, but I'm shifting some of the other ones just over to eBay. I think that the buyer, the eBay buyer is probably looking for these items more than a Poshmark shopper. So this is just something I thrifted in Louisiana several years ago. It's just a Dare t-shirt, men's size medium. This went for, I believe, like $8. Not a big deal. I hope I paid less than that a long time ago. I've done much better in the past couple of years about tracking my purchases. I made a little spreadsheet that I've truly been taking more seriously. When I decided at the start of this year, well, I actually decided about halfway through last year that I wanted to start taking my reselling hobby more seriously. And I say hobby because this is still like a part-time thing for me. I enjoy thrifting. It's fun. I like sharing my finds with people. I like giving cool stuff a new home, a second life. But I am a full-time high school teacher, and I'm not looking to shift entirely to doing this. Honestly, I love working with students, and I can't imagine not working with them. So I think it's important to hear voices of other resellers, because I think there are a lot of folks out there, and I'm not knocking them either, that want to make it their full-time gig or have made it their full-time gig, and I'm not looking to do that. I am just looking to, you know, like I said, get some cool clothes, a second life, and, you know, make a small profit as well. And this week, despite all my boxes and my bags, I was gonna show you these, and now they're about to fall over because I don't know how I'm going to bring these all over to the post office later, but I will put them in a bag, and that's all my sales for this week. I will have my, see, they're about to fall. I shouldn't have messed with them. I will put my Poshmark closet and my eBay store in the description. Stay tuned for more videos. I will be doing some more thrift hauls, as well as reviewing the races that I run when I travel on my race and thrift trips. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing and maybe sharing this with someone else. Have a good day.